Hello everybody, so today we are gonna learn how to install GROMACS on a Mac or a PC. So this right in front of you, you're seeing a GROMACS tutorial homepage. So this is where all the tutorial lies, and it gives almost 99% of the information that's required to perform a MD simulation. Almost 100%, but then there are certain things that you need to know before starting a GROMACS tutorial or performing GROMACS. So the things you might want to note down are protein modeling. You need to know about protein modeling, the basics and the concepts of protein modeling, what the structure of proteins, 2D and 3D modeling, molecular dynamics, and homology modeling, ab initio modeling, what's protein threading. Then also you might want to learn about some tools, simulation tools like NAMD, VAMD, and also the general concepts of docking. Alright, so these are certain concepts that you need to be well versed about. So now I'm gonna demonstrate how you can install GROMACS on your PC. So you can directly go to the search bar and type GROMACS directly install. And by the way, this installation is for BioLinux or a Linux PC. So it's generally recommended that you already have BioLinux installed in your PC, and yeah, and by that way the installation will be easy. Okay, so you go to quick and dirty install. So these are all the commands that you will need to install GROMACS package on your PC or Mac. Okay, so before that you need to download the GROMACS tar file. You will have to download the latest version or whichever your PC support. Like these are the versions right here. So it's always recommended that you download the latest version that's available. You can go here and then you can download, like it's downloading right now. You can download it as you can see over here. Alright, I'll just quit that. Okay, so that's that. And now and then after when it's downloaded, you can make a path, or you can place it in your desktop and all, and set the path from the terminal. And then you just have to type all these commands, this one by one, and it will install the GROMACS on your BioLinux platform, Linux platform easily. And now coming to the part where you want to install GROMACS on your Mac. So it's easy. You just need to go to Homebrew. All right, you go to Homebrew, and then you need to install Homebrew by just copy pasting this whole command line in terminal. Okay, once you have copy pasted this in terminal, it will install the Homebrew package for you, and then after that you need to install GROMACS via the Homebrew package. So just go to the second site over here, and it's easy. Just type brew install GROMACS, and it will install CMake and GROMACS and everything that packages are required in your Mac. Alright, so now basically we'll start with the basic tutorial, that's lysozyme in water. Okay, so like this tutorial will guide you through whole setting up the whole system, beginning with creating the topology files etc for the system. Alright, so let's begin the tutorial. And the version the commands that are supported for 5.0 series of GROMACS. Alright, so these are some GROMACS information about the GROMACS and the commands. So once you install GROMACS, irrelevant of you're using a BioLinux or a Mac, you can type GMX to see if it's installed. Like I'll demonstrate you right now. I'll see I can demonstrate you this. Alright. So you need to type GMX, and as you can see, it's installed in my PC. So it will show you GROMACS, the authors and the scientists who invented it. And if you see such a thing, this acknowledgement of the scientist and all this attributes, you can be rest assured that GROMACS is installed on your PC or laptop. Okay, so beginning with the input files for GROMACS, so you'll need a PDB file, that is a protein data bank file. So in this example, they have taken an egg white lysozyme with the PDB accession number of PDB code 1 AKI. Alright, so what you want to do is go to RCSB right away. Click on this home page and then type here 1 AKI. Alright, showing the protein 1 AKI, and you go to download files and download the PDB version of this file. Okay, so download the PDB version, and first what you will need is to generate a topology file. Okay, and it should be noted that the PDB file should contain only protein atoms. Okay, and the first command that you enter in GROMACS is this right over here, GMX, which evokes or passes signal to the GMX command, and PDB to GMX, that's conversion of the format from PDB format to GMX format. F stands for your input file, that's 1aki.pdb, and it will output a 1aki underscore process.gro file. Alright, and it will add the water molecules over here. Okay, so what I'll do is just copy this and paste. Let's just paste it over here. Alright, so as you can see, the command I entered over here is gmx pdb to gmx grow the attributes, and then it will ask you structure will be processed, and it will choose a force field. So coming to force field, they are tricky and not tricky. It depends upon you what you want to do with your protein. Okay, so it's advised that you better be well versed with the force field, and choosing force field is quite big dilemma in my opinion. The only way you can be sure about the force field is by reading literature and by reading published papers. Okay, and like seeing the relevance between the structures posted in a paper, the functions of your protein, what previously force field have been used on that protein, and by that way you can compare and then evaluate and then come to a conclusion to what or which force field you want to use. So here they have advised to use the OPLS, all atom force field. So we're gonna just do that. Type 15. Alright, so here we go. So it has made a coordinate file, alright, or a topology file or a grow file, you can say. So it has made a grow file, okay, and also topology file. So the topology file mainly right now I'll just navigate to this. So as you can see, it has created topology file. Let's just go to this. Okay, my god, I need to. You can open this in text editor. Yeah, text edit. So this is your topology file of 1 AKI, and you can have like the command line used, and you can also have the time, etc. It's not relevant, but then it's always good to know, and you can check here all the attributes over here. It's gonna be a long file, so you gotta make sure you stay on par with it. And this is your PDB file, this is your process grow file, and this is your ITP file. that's generated later. We'll come to that later. And then there are some things which you can read and you can go through. Okay, so no commands on this page. Okay, so this was to generate the topology for the 1AKI.pdb file. Okay, so what the GMX PDB to GMX has done is it has processed the structure of the PDB file. Okay, after you have given it a force field, that's in our case it's OPLS all atoms. Okay, and force fields are, as I told, subjective. You can choose whichever is more relevant or applicable to your situations. All right, so coming to the GRO file. So it's a GROMACS formatted structure file that contains all the atoms defined within the force field. That is, the hydrogen atoms have been added to the amino acids in the protein. Okay, and then the purpose of the PDB to GMX is to produce a force field compliant topology. The output structure is largely a side effect of this purpose and intended for the convenience. Okay, and now coming to the topology file that we previously viewed. It can be opened with, as I showed, text edit or notepad. Okay, and this file contains information about the force field you have used. Okay, and also the molecule types and the general, mostly the attributes of your PDB file. All right, and then coming to the original ITP file. It defines a force constant used to keep atoms in place during equilibration. Alright, so we have generated three files. Those are topology file, tosari.itp, and IKI process.gro. So now in this we have no commands over here. Now we need to solvate our system. Solvation is basically defining a unit cell and adding solvent. And there are two steps to define the box and filling it with solvent. First is to define the box dimension by using the edit conf tool or module, sorry, it's a module, and fill the box with water by using solvate module. Okay, so I'll talk about this command right now. Okay, so as we all know, GMX, the edit conf tool is to define the configuration of the box dimensions to solve it your processed file, GRO file, and it's gonna be, this is the input file that we just generated by the GMX PDB to GMX command, and this is the output file that's gonna be generated, one AKI underscore new box.gro. Okay, and now let's coming to the terminology. Dash C stands for center, okay, and dash D stands for distance, okay, from the box size, that's 1 nanometer, and and BT is like the dimension, like dimension or not dimension, but what kind of box we are using, like a cube or any hadrons or etc. All right. So now we'll just copy. So guys, I'm also a student and I'm not like totally well versed with the whole GROMACS, but I'm trying to make you understand how much I have understand. So sorry guys, I may have been mistaken somewhere in some part of this tutorial, but I hope you understand. Alright, that being said, so it has 2194 atoms and the volume have been generated 123.376 nanometer raised to 3, corresponds roughly to 550 500 electrons. All right, and this is, you can see the dimensions of the box, etc. So now, okay, so here's the file that has been generated, the new box.gro file. Okay, that's there. and now the box is defined. And now what we will do is we will solve it, use solvation by using the next command. So this is the command we need to use to solve it the molecule. So here you can see the configuration of the protein that's 1 new box, the file that's just been generated, and again the protein, and again the this one is the configuration for the solvent, the specification 16.gro file, and the output will be a solvated structure of your new box, the box that you created with your PDB file, and also the topol file will be updated as the tutorial progresses. So just copy here and just paste this command over here. Alright, so what the command does is generate new solvent and solvent configuration of three boxes of four, and it has removed 3204 solvent atoms due to solvent overlap, and it has removed 2070 solvent atoms due to solute solvent overlap. Right, and now we'll see if the output file is generated. Here we go. This is the solvated structure, and progressively you can check this in your topology files if it's updated or not. If it's obvious that if it's updated, then it will give, if it's not updated, it will give you an answer. All right, so now as we have solvated our system, we need to add ions to our system. So here, this is the GROMPP module of the GROMACS. Okay, and what we'll do is, so before that, I would like to talk about the solvation step. So the solvent keeps track of how many water molecules it has added, which is returned to the topology file, as I said. Okay, and if non-water solvent is used, changes for the topology file are not made. That means if your PDB file has no water molecules, no changes are made to the topology file. So step 4, adding ions. So now as we have solvated our system that has charged proteins thanks to the previous steps and commands, output of PDB to GMX says that the protein has net charge of plus 80 based on the amino acid composition. It might be different for your PDB file or your protein or whichever structure you chose. Okay, and this info you can find under the square brackets atoms in topol.top file, that's your topology file. Since light does not exist at net charge, we must add ions to our system. Okay, so to add ions, we need to assemble our TPR file. Okay, so all you need to do is copy this command, paste this bad boy over here. All right. So you need to be careful that you need to be downloading all the files that are necessary. So as you can see, I completely ignored this input file, that's ions.mdb. So you can download that TPR file, which was somewhere over here. GROMACS can be tricky sometimes. Okay, there's the file. It's getting really embarrassing. Let me just. Okay, see, yeah, I got it. It's really tricky. See, they are not highlighted it or anything. Let me just download link file, and the file ions.mdb it is. I'll just copy this MDP and paste it right over this file. Right, so here is my husband file. Okay, this is the MDB file. Let me just change the extension over here, otherwise there would be clashes. Okay, so that's been done. Now let's paste the command again. Oh, okay, so that command was for copying that. This is really embarrassing. This is really the worst tutorial you will see. But then I'm just trying to help, so just bear with me. Okay, so just paste it right over here. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's fabulously. System has no zero, non-zero total charge, as it said. Now we will just copy this command over here. Just, and we need to select the group 13. Okay, so you can see the changes made in the topology files, etc. Yeah, here we go in the topology file right over here. Now system has been solved. Now we need to perform the energy minimization over here. So again there must be some extra files. Okay, so here there are no extra files needed. We need to download the minim.mdp file. I hope I have it in my. Oh, I don't. I guess I don't have the in my file. Okay, we'll download the my file from here. Oh, it's not over here too. So what previously downloaded the ions.mdp, and now we need to download the solid energy structure, and this one we don't know what. But first we need to download the main file, right? Okay, let's see if it works. I'm not sure, but then again, they're like totally. I can see the minimum.mdp file. So it's really tricky to like. You just need to have patience, and I'm like being the least patient man over here. So let me see if I did some mistake or if I did not run some command. Hmm. Did I miss something over here? This was the im.tpr file. Okay. This is some minimum.mdp. No, it's okay. So this is getting really like there has to be a minimization file, but somehow I can't find it. The minimum.mdp file. And we are once again in structure difference in the run. See, I told you like this is really tricky and embarrassing, especially when you're making a video. Man, I was searching all around. Guys, I was just gonna like so frustrated, like I was gonna cancel making this video. Like, no, like that's how impatient I am. So here's your minim file. Just go ahead and change this. Use NDP, and now let's check it out. Let's go by. Let's paste it over here. Oh God, I'm doing the same mistakes over and over again. Holy God. Okay, copy, paste. All right. So again, you can check all these details. I won't go too much in the details. So what I'll do right now is um, make a few changes to the minimum file. I'll change the steps to maybe 500 because I really don't want to make this tutorial like a whole long process. I just want to demonstrate it to you. So let me just change the steps for you. Let's just make this 500. Save it, close it, and yeah. And now you need to like I'll just type this out and it's GMX MD run multiple dynamics run, and this V part is of very importance because it tells you which step you are running and when the MD run will get over. So this is important because if you do not type this, it won't tell you when your simulation will get over. So as you can see, the steps are running right away. 108, come on. Okay, it will run for a few times, and then these are all potential, and then further we need to evaluate the potential, temperature, density, etc. of the system or file, and then we will run the MD production run, etc. So you can see like this thing has ended, but it remember it had 50,000 steps. So you might want to be careful with your system which you are using. You might want to define your own set of steps. Paste the potential, and this is for the potential. So I'll select and space O. So you can see the average potential and all the details, and the RMSD has been generated. Moving on, now we'll equilibrate the system. For that we will need the you see I'm getting smart with this. Here you can see the end steps. These two I'm gonna reduce so that it gets quickly done and it doesn't take a lot of time to complete. Save it, append it, go to this mvt.mdp, okay, open it, and I'll just keep it simple to okay. 500 steps. I'll save it. Change the extension. Always change the extension, otherwise it will recognize it as a whole. Use MDP. Here we go. And now we'll just copy this command and paste it right away. All right. Again, lot of details. Blah blah blah. Okay. So now this is the most important step, and probably takes the longest. So I'll just type it in the run. See, over here they have not given the V flag. So if you want to know when your simulation is gonna end, you might want to add a V flag. So as I given 500 steps, it should be done like yeah, it will be done in seconds. Imagine it was 50,000, so the amount of time it would have taken. So yeah, 500 steps, that's it. 19 seconds. Then now you need to analyze the temperature of your system. Right, paste this command over here. Look for temperature 15. Oh, details right on your plate. Now equilibration phase 2. Okay. So now we're gonna stabilize the system. Another file. You see, it's really tricky, but you just need to be that much careful. And really, in my opinion, it's not really tough to get around GROMACS. But the main thing over here is understanding the concepts of GROMACS, because the concepts are tricky. Okay. And yeah, rest is up to you, like how much you understand about GROMACS, etc. Once again, I'll reduce the steps over here to 500. Okay. And close this stuff over here. And then run this right away. Paste it. So the topology file has been updated, and also the mpt.tpr. So again, you can see over here the v flag has not been given. We'll define the v flag over here. Let's not paste it. Let's just type it in the v flag for viewing the number of steps. We go here using 4 ampere steps. Again, I guess it will take 19 or 20 seconds, and then we define the pressure and density. So basically what it does is with the results of the GROMACS you can compare, with another structures like in structure prediction, etc. You can use that for that. Coming to the pressure, I guess it's 22. Okay, 22 is density, 16 or 16 or, and then we'll go for density. I hope you guys are at least there till this point. I don't know. Okay, so as you can see, the density and pressure attributes and values have been generated. Now moving on, the most important step, that's production MD. Load. Oh boy. Okay, so see, we came to the second last or third last steps, and now they are highlighting. Okay, anyways, we need to. Okay, so here you can see there are 500,000 steps. So again, I'm gonna reduce this, guys. I'm not gonna make this tutorial a whole lot of a stressful thing and mainly a long thing. Okay, so one thing I would like to say, uh, this thing, the MD runs take a lot of time, a hell lot of time if you have a really poor PC. Okay, I'm lucky to have a MacBook, but if you have like in my college, I do it on a simple Core 2 system, and for this step alone, it takes 3 to 4 days, as it's a Core 2 with no GPUs. How the system builds GPUs, so you need to be sure what kind of PC you're using, right? Topology file has been updated, and now we'll run this. See, I forgot to update the V flag, and now it won't show me when the step will, how the steps are progressing, so it will directly show me the result. So you see, copy pasting doesn't help always unless you're concerned. So if you're concerned about the steps, and yeah, okay. So in 20 seconds, fair enough. And then there's this. I'll actually skip this step as it will take a lot of time. That's for sure. Now, what we'll do is we'll just generate an RMSD. So RMSD is generally used to, okay, now we'll select 0 for system, and then we will select, we'll paste this, and we'll select the backbone 4. I guess I'm mistaken somewhere. Okay, copy this. Paste it over here. Okay, 0. Right, and then let me just copy this. I think a mistake somewhere. It's alright. Okay, again so okay. Oh, alright. So I got it. So as you can see, it updated the file, the TPR file over here. And now you gotta select 4. It took me 4. Okay. So these are just you need to learn about this. I'm not the best guy to give a GROMACS tutorial, but then what can we do? Okay, so like for the crystal results, and so now it's reading from EMTPR. For backbone, you can select 4, or you need to calculate the side chains, or water, non-water ions, water ions, etc. So again, I'll go for 4. We'll go for 4. Okay, let me just try one thing over here. Okay, 0 and then go for 4. Okay, nothing much. And if you wanna like core and calculate the radius of gyration, sure, you can do that. Copy, paste. So I'm not sure. I guess the file has been generated, to say the least. Well, so these are all the files. Let me just, the files that are generated over here. It will not embarrasses me every time. Okay, this is my kind, alright. So as you can see, these are all the outputs of the GROMACS files, and the main file we will be using further on would be the obviously the GRO files and the XTC, the trajectory files to open in VMD or NMD as per your project or whatever you are doing. Okay, so this was a basic about GROMACS. I don't know if at all it will help you or not, but I just from inside I'm working on it, and from inside I just wanted to make a video and share it with people because I've had a lot of difficulty in installing GROMACS and the PC that I have, the another PC for the people I'm working with, working for, as you can say. So I had a lot of problems installing, starting with installation of GROMACS, let alone the whole uh, uh, running the process. The installation part was too tricky for me. So I hope at least you could learn something from this tutorial, if not all. So thank you guys again.